Well, it's hard to explain. It takes a lot of years to learn how to do this. To perfect it, it takes a lot of time. You know, it's 600-700 hours, 800 hours to do a car, depending on how bad it is. My dad had a body shop when I was a little boy. You know, I learned on hand, learned at the shop how to repair cars and auto body. I liked it. You know, you had a feeling of satisfaction when you completed the job. My sons, Jeff and Troy, they wanted to get into the business, so then we had to expand. And at that time, they wanted to do restorations, restore classic muscle cars, which when I was a kid, I drove. So that's how we got into the restoration business.
My grandfather had a body shop. My dad has a shop, and we expanded out. We worked mainly on muscle cars, hot rods. We take cars that most people would junk or scrap. We restore it, and that car is good forever.
When you first start on the car, you tear the car completely apart. Some of them are frame-up restorations, which is just doing the body and paint. Frame-off, it consists of rebuilding the engines, transmissions, the rears, stripping the frame down, redoing all the suspension, all the brake lines, fuel lines, and totally rebuild the car to brand new again.
You can see some of the cars out in the shop we're just starting on. We totally dismantle it. You got to cut away all the rust. Sometimes there's really not any car left after that, and we rebuild it from the ground up. Replace all the sheet metal that needs replaced. It could be $60,000 to $70,000 to restore a vehicle. And for that same car, we can take to auction and they do $120,000, $140,000.
This is the start of a frame-off restoration. You totally take everything apart on the car and start from scratch. Now we have it sitting on a frame now. It's not the frame that belongs under this car, it's just a roller so we can move it around. But it goes from here, it goes to the body turner like you see the other one. The body work is all done, and then it's painted, and then it's put back on a frame which is restored. So we take everything apart, totally apart. All the control arms, bushings, bearings, everything comes apart. The motor gets restored, rebuilt. The rear gets rebuilt. All the tires, wheels, and then it starts to go back together, and it starts looking like this as it goes back together again. We put them back exactly the way they were when they come off the assembly line.
I'm Richard Thornton. Yeah, I grew up around cars. My father's always been working on cars. Started working for him when I was 13. Well, this is a 1967 Impala 427 Super Sport. We got this car. It was pretty rotted. We replaced almost every panel on it.
Well, this is a 55 Chevy convertible. We're doing a resto mod on, so it has a full modernized frame, an Art Morrison frame. It has a new Cadillac engine, LS motor, which is a supercharged 6.2 liter, which makes 558 horsepower. But with all the modern suspension and all, this car is going to drive and run like new. It has vintage air conditioning. It'll have a full leather interior. We're doing it black interior with a black top. And a car like this will sell for about $200,000.
Everybody has their own purpose and reason why they restore these cars. Basically today it's mostly self-employed people that have the money today to build a car that they wanted years ago when they couldn't afford it. And other guys that just collect them, put them away, keep them.
I broke the lines to the convertible top and to the motor, and I needed somebody to fix it. And I heard about the Thorntons. Some years ago, a company called Danbury Mint that makes the 124 scale models was looking for a Cutlass convertible to do, and thanks to Troy, they contacted me, came over here and photographed the car, and they produced a model baby over there.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of sweat, and it's something that you have to, you really have to be into. Not everybody can do it because it's so tedious. It can drive you crazy.
Well, I enjoy the old cars. They're very cool. I grew up with them. And the final product's always nice. You put all these hours and time and love into these cars, and you see the final product. It's always a beautiful car, and go back and look at what you started with. You feel a lot of pride when you see these cars done.